Netflix is a vast sea of entertainment options, so many in fact that you may feel like you're drowning in possibilities. We get it, it can overwhelm even the most experienced binge watcher. But don't worry, because we're here to throw you a cinematic lifeline with unappreciated gems on Netflix that you just have to watch. Moonrise Kingdom. Described as an eccentric, pubescent love story by The Hollywood Reporter, Moonrise Kingdom is definitely the most romantic movie on director Wes Anderson's resume. This coming-of-age tale has a great cast, including Tilda Swinton, Bruce Willis, Edward Norton, and Bill Murray.
I'll be out back. I'm going to find a tree to chop down.
And it also boasts a beautiful setting, as well as all the quirky hallmarks that Anderson fans have come to love. Nightcrawler. Suspenseful and visually stunning, this Oscar-nominated thriller features Jake Gyllenhaal in a creepily convincing performance as a sociopath freelance videographer tasked with uncovering the late-night crime beat for local news stations.
We find our viewers are more interested in urban crime, creeping into the suburbs. What that means is a victim, or victims, preferably well off and white.
The performance landed Gyllenhaal a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor, while the screenplay for Nightcrawler earned an Oscar nomination for writer Dan Gilroy. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. The thing we love about Tucker and Dale vs. Evil is how it turns traditional horror tropes on their head. This comedy horror film stars Alan Tudyk and Tyler Labine as a pair of West Virginia hillbillies who encounter a group of clueless college students on a camping trip. When one of the college students accidentally hurts herself, the hillbillies take care of her, until the misguided college kids attempt to rescue her from what they assume are scary backwoods hicks. All sorts of hilarious and horrific hijinks ensue, which makes this movie a perfect choice for your Netflix queue. In Your Eyes. This Joss Whedon jam tells the story of two very different people, a married socialite from New Hampshire and an ex-con from New Mexico, who have shared an inexplicable mental connection since childhood that neither understands. As the connection deepens, they realize they aren't going crazy, because there is actually another person inside their heads.
I wake up and you're not there. I call my friends.
But while they know they're sane, the rest of the world isn't so sure. The Way Back. Based on a memoir by a former Polish prisoner of war, The Way Back tells the incredible story of a group of POWs who escape from a Siberian gulag and walk over 4,000 miles, crossing deserts and even the Himalayas in an epic quest to find freedom.
This changes everything.
There's nowhere to hide.
It also features amazing cinematography, as well as a stellar cast including Colin Farrell and Oscar nominees Ed Harris and Saoirse Ronan. Oldboy. While an American version of Oldboy directed by Spike Lee was released in 2013, the original South Korean movie is far superior, and it's on Netflix for your viewing pleasure. Based on a Japanese manga, Oldboy is a thrilling neo-noir mystery centered on the story of a man who is abducted and held for 15 years in a prison cell, with no knowledge of who his captors are or why they are keeping him there.
나한테 뭐 물어볼 생각하지 마. 나 하나도 몰라.
Then he finds himself suddenly released and given the chance to get revenge on his captors, if he can find them in a mere 5 days. And then, well, we can't say anything else without spoiling the many shocks and surprises. Kung Fury. Funded entirely by Kickstarter, Kung Fury debuted at the Cannes Film Festival before being released free of charge on YouTube, where it gained such a cult following that it secured international distribution on Netflix. As crazy as that story is though, it pales in comparison to the utterly insane 80s action parody mashup that unspools on your screen. With everything from time-traveling demigods to dinosaur cops to Kung Fu Hitler, Kung Fury delivers a knockout blow to your funny bone that you may never recover from.
Sorry I died at you, Triceratops Cop. You're the best damn partner I've ever had.
I came back in time for you, Kung Fury, because, damn it, I love you.
These Final Hours. With only 12 hours left before an asteroid-induced global firestorm reaches Australia, a dude named James abandons his pregnant girlfriend in search of the ultimate apocalyptic party. Along the way, though, the self-indulgent and arrogant James meets a young girl and discovers he has some serious choices to make about how he truly wants to spend his last moments on Earth.
Forgive me then. Forgive me for what I'm gonna do.
Tense, edgy, and raw, these final hours show us the best and worst of humanity when pushed to the brink. Be prepared for an edge-of-your-seat ride that will also inspire tears and deep thoughts about what you would do if you only had 12 hours left to live. Which is easy, just eat as much pizza as possible. Centurion. At first glance, Centurion looks like another vanilla sword and sandals war epic, which is probably why it absolutely tanked at the box office when it was released in 2010. But it'd be a shame for any fan of bloody action to pass on this hidden gem, because Centurion definitely delivers much more than it promises, focusing on a tiny band of Roman soldiers trapped in enemy territory as they try to make their way home. Michael Fassbender leads the cast through every blood-soaked battle, while Neil Marshall, who is best known for directing some of the most popular episodes of Game of Thrones ever, is behind the camera. So sit back, relax, and watch a bunch of people kill each other. What else are you going to do while you wait for the next season of Thrones? Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.